So, ma'am, one of the important thing which you mentioned earlier is that the fear of failure. My question is, how can parents create a growth-centric environment at home? And how can parents help their children to overcome the fear of failure?
That's a huge question. I could sit here for the next hour just talking on that question alone. It's such an important topic. Look, I think the fear of failure, there are so many different ways that this will show up in children. And as parents, we can just be looking for what kind of cues might we be seeing. So it might be that kids start avoiding certain activities. It might be something that they have previously enjoyed doing, and they claim that they're bored by it. They don't want to do it anymore. They're not interested. They start to avoid, and it might be that they are no longer interested in it. That's okay, but get curious. Is it actually that they're no longer interested, or has the child actually reached that next level of growth in that particular activity? And so now there's that potential for failure again. They're at that next stage of their development. Where this is all sort of coming from is a lot of the kids are getting into this. So there's two elements to the nervous system that are at play when it comes to this. You've got the parasympathetic nervous system and the sympathetic nervous system. So the parasympathetic nervous system, that's our calm, our rest, our digest. That's where we are more in that calm state, and the body is just actually doing what it needs to do to rest in there. Versus the sympathetic nervous system, which is all around the fight or flight. It's that initial kind of threat response that happens. And what's happening with this fear of failure is that the kids are sitting in that sympathetic nervous system state. And so they're in this threat response. And instead of actually feeling a sense of safety, which is what would happen if they were in that more sort of calm, rest, parasympathetic nervous state, because they're in that sympathetic nervous state, they're actually in that threat response mode. And so what's happening with this fear of failure is that they are starting to perceive this as a threat to them. And they see it as a threat to getting something wrong equals whatever it might be. And it's going to be different for each individual child. But they might perceive getting something wrong means that they then get in trouble, which means that they're not loved. We all know that the parent loves them completely unconditionally. But this is a narrative and a story that child has created. And so they're creating this sense of fear when it comes to trying something new, because they don't want whatever outcome they perceive could happen. So it's being able as parents to create that sense of safety for them so that they can then actually start to slowly get their way back into trying new things and helping them to see the positives of what that is. So when they do try something, it's not focusing on what the outcome was. It doesn't matter whether they win, lose, get it right, get it wrong. It doesn't matter. It's the effort that they've put in before the outcome that needs a point of focus and attention there to be able to assist.
That's a very deep answer, ma'am. Thanks for watching. To see the full episode, check out the link in the description.